Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Lloyd and thank you for joining me today. I'm here to share how trauma informed practices and inclusive teaching strategies come together in my Year 11 chemistry classroom to support the diverse needs of all students, including those who are neurodiverse and have additional learning needs. Trauma can affect how students regulate emotions, engage with learning, and build relationships. Trauma informed practice asks us to shift our lens from what's wrong with the student to what has the student experienced and how can I support them. A trauma informed approach recognizes that many students may have experienced adversity that affect their learning. It emphasizes safety, trust, choice, collaboration, and empowerment according to Hammett. For neurodiverse students, these practices are life changing. Consistent routines, choices, and strong relationships reduce anxiety and help students re engage with learning. Informed inclusion doesn't lower expectations, but it removes the barriers. It ensures all learners feel valued and capable. In the science classroom, this means creating a space where all students feel emotionally secure, respected, and supported to take academic risks. One inclusive strategy I use is establishing clear, consistent routines. This helps reduce anxiety, especially for neurodiverse students. I also provide visual schedules and checklists for practical activities. This supports students with executive functioning challenges and help everyone stay on track. In my Year 11 chemistry class, predictable routines are implemented through consistent lesson structures. Each class begins with a lesson outline on the board, learning intention, brief review, new content, guided practice, and wrap up. This routine creates a stable learning environment. For example, if we are exploring chemical bonding, students know we will begin by revisiting key terms like ionic and covalent, followed by a visual model and group discussion. By keeping this structure consistent, students who have anxiety and executive functioning difficulties know how what to expect. It reduces emotional triggers and increase their capacity to engage meaningfully. I deliver content using multimodal instruction, combining verbal explanation, visuals, written steps, and hands-on experiments. For example, when teaching chemical reactions, I use animation, graphic organizers, and step by step worksheets. This not only benefits students with processing difficulties, but also enhances engagement for the whole class. Visual supports are crucial in making abstract chemistry concept accessible. I use anchor charts with diagrams of atomic models, step by step posters for practical experiments, color coded notes for complex processes like balancing equations, icons, and visual schedules for task instructions. For example, in a titration experiment, I provide a visual checklist showing each step from setting up the burette to recording results. Students also receive a laminated flowchart to keep at their station. These aids are especially beneficial for neurodivergent students or English language learners, but all students benefit from the additional clarity. Thirdly, I use flexible grouping and provide voice and choice in how students complete tasks. For example, students might choose between a written report, a video explanation, or a visual poster for their chemistry project. This respects individual strengths and learning preferences, which is a key trauma informed principle. Flexible grouping combined with student voice support inclusive participation empowers students to take ownership of their learning. In chemistry, group work is common during experiments and peer problem solving tasks. However, instead of assigning static or ability based groups, I offer students choices. They may select partners they feel safe with or opt for individual tasks. if they are not comfortable collaborating on a given day. For example, during a task on reaction rates, students could work in small group to plan an investigation, pair up to analyze data, or complete the analysis independently with scaffolded support. This respects students' emotional needs and social readiness. Trauma aware teaching means recognizing that group setting can be overwhelming and triggering for some students. Student voice is encouraged through exit tickets asking how students felt about the lesson, anonymous suggestion box, check in check out system for lab tasks. When students feel their input matter, they are more engaged and invested. It also builds trust and allows me to adapt tasks based on their preference and readiness levels. When students feel safe, connected, and respected, they are more likely to thrive. Trauma informed practice is not just inclusive, it's transformative. I also co create class expectations with students and use strength based feedback. When challenges arise, I respond with curiosity, not punishment, asking what happened. This fosters trust and helps students regulate their emotion, crucial for learning. These strategies support a inclusive learning by minimizing anxiety caused by unpredictability, supporting working memory and executive function, allowing differentiated access to content, encouraging independence and confidence. Students are more likely to participate and feel safe when they understand classroom routines and have tools to succeed. Feedback from students show they feel less overwhelmed and more prepared. Inclusion begins with understanding. Let's create classrooms where every student belongs. By integrating trauma informed practices with inclusive strategies, I create a chemistry classroom where all students feel safe, valued, and capable of success. Thank you for watching.